Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Today I have my winter 2021 Bath and Body Works Empties video. As you can see, I have a lot of candles, hand soaps, Pocketbacs, Wallflowers, a little bit of body care, etc. I have really enjoyed burning through my winter candles. I continue to burn winter scents through January and into February, although I am starting now to transition into spring scents. So I thought this would be a great time to go ahead and film my winter empties, get those out of here before the new season officially arrives. As with all of my empties videos, I will show you the product, give a little bit of a review, thoughts on the scent, performance. I will start with the random bits first, the hand soaps, Pocketbacs, body care, etc., and then move into home fragrance, ending with the candles. I will leave timestamps below, so if you're only interested in a particular portion of the video, you can click on that timestamp and it will take you directly to the portion of the video that you're interested in. Since I have a lot here, and this is already going to be a long video, if I don't keep my rambling at a minimum, I'm not going to ramble here, so let's jump on in. So if you're interested in hearing about what Bath and Body Works empties I've used and burned this winter, let's get started. Okie dokie, jumping on in, I'm going to start with a couple of Lush products that I used. I did use a Lush Butter Bear bath bomb. I absolutely love Butter Bear. I pick it up every year during the Christmas season. It does stay around year round as Butter Ball. It doesn't have anything in the way of bath art, but it does have chunks of shea butter and it's just so moisturizing. I like to use this in combination with other bath bombs. I also used the Winter bath bomb. Really enjoyed this one. It had a really nice herbal, earthy scent to it, and I really enjoyed it. It didn't give much bath art, but again, it was another one that just the water felt so luxurious, and I would definitely pick it up again if they were to bring it back. And lastly, I used this Holly Go Lightly Wonder Ball. I think this one was from last year. This was sort of a two-part. It's a really big bath bomb, and it has like stuff inside the bath bomb, which is really cool. Really nice green bath art, really nice, refreshing, sort of lemony type scent, and I really enjoyed this one as well. The next thing I finished is the Creamy Body Wash in Winterberry Wonder. This packaging is from, gosh, 3 years ago, maybe 4. I think that's a 6, so that might be 4 years ago. Anyway, I finally finished it. I think y'all know that I rotate through body wash and I just don't get through it like I really need to, so I'm trying to finish some things that didn't have much left. The thing about the Creamy Body Wash is that over time, the shea butter does sort of go off a little bit, sort of like the body cream, so I wouldn't recommend holding on to your creamy body washes or your body creams for long periods of time. These are definitely better used fresher within the first year that you purchase them. This scent, you know, it's one that comes back almost every year. It's pretty good, and I enjoyed this overall. I also finished the Champagne Apple and Honey Glowing Body Scrub. You can see that some of the gold came off in the shower. This one was really nice. This is Pink Lady Apple, Sparkling Champagne, Jasmine Honey, and Autumn Woods. The actual glowing part of this wasn't super shimmery. It did like stay on my skin in the shower, but when I like toweled off, it sort of came away, so I didn't feel like I came out like, you know, a sparkling glowing person. If you like glitter, you might be disappointed in that, but for me, I was okay that it's sort of just rubbed off. The scrubby part of this was very mild. It was not very scrubby. It was very fine, sort of salt scrub consistency, but I did like the scent and it was nice, and so I didn't have much left, so I decided to go ahead and finish it up. I also finished this Orange Ginger Body Lotion. It's another one that I had just a little bit left, so I decided to go ahead and finish it. This has been really great as my mindset moves away from winter into spring. It's a very invigorating, brightening, happy, uplifting kind of scent, and I really enjoy it. I don't think I'll clamor to pick it up anytime soon just because I have so much lotion and stuff I need to use. It's a scent I would pick up again in the future at some point. And lastly, I did finish this Love Rose Vanilla Body Cream. This was actually something that my grandmother had started using when she was here, and since it was just a piece of a bottle, I didn't send it with her when she left, so I decided to just finish it up myself. It was a little difficult for me to use this because this scent so much now I associate with my grandmother, but it also at the same time it was really nice because every time I used it I thought about her. So really lovely rose vanilla scent. If you like rose, I think you'd like it. And I think this pale pink is just pretty. I really like the new packaging that they have for this scent. I finished 3 hand creams. Frosted Cranberry, love, 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 love this scent. This was one of my top body care scents of the year last year. Fabulous scent. I hope we see it again. It was fantastic in hand cream as well. I finished a Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. I had a little bit of this left from the fall, so I decided to go ahead and finish it up. I didn't want to put it back into my collection. Really enjoyed this scent this year. I was just totally feeling it. It was really nice, strong, stayed on my hands. And then I also finished this Merry Cookie. This one came out, I think, 2 years ago. I picked this up like 75% off. It's in my annual sale. This was just a nice, creamy, vanilla type scent. Not super strong as far as the scent on my hands, but it was fine. We have gone through a ton of Pocketbacs this winter. We finished 2 of the Old Snap Merry Cookie. Really like this scent. It was just a nice, pleasant vanilla scent. Sometimes I tend to prefer stronger Pocketbac scents. My partner tends to like a little bit of a lighter scent in general. But so this was a nice balance. It had a nice vanilla scent, but it wasn't too strong. 2 random ones. We finished a Warm Vanilla Sugar. This is just a classic Bath and Body Works scent. It was actually very pleasant and nice for January. And then my partner finished the Fiji White Sands, a really nice summery beachy type scent. 2 of the fall scents that we finished up, we finished another Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin and Pumpkin Apple. Both of these are classic fall scents, but also went really nicely into the beginning of winter, and just both of them strong and long lasting, and enjoyed both of them. We finished the Ho 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 in 'Tis the Season. Love 'Tis the Season. It's such a strong scent and Pocketbac. Really, really love it. And then Blueberry Crumble. This scent was just okay. Not my favorite. It has this sort of odd chemical note, and the hand soap had the same thing, so I wasn't a huge fan of this one, but decided to go ahead and finish it up. I finished the Toasted Vanilla Chai and Crushed Candy Cane. Actually, there's a little bit left here, the Crushed Candy Cane, it looks like. Really enjoy the Crushed Candy Cane. It smells like an authentic candy cane. And the Toasted Vanilla Chai was nice. More vanilla than chai spices. And the last 2 Pocketbacs we used is this Champagne Toast. This is actually, it's called Champagne Sparkle, but it really was Champagne Toast. This price was $175. This was from several years ago compared to the price now, which is $195. And then we also finished a Winter. Really enjoyed both of these. Winter is a really strong scent in Pocketbac, really nice, perfect for any time during the winter. And then the Champagne Toast was also a really nice sort of fruity scent that's getting me ready and in the mood for spring type scents. We also finished several hand soaps. These were sort of toward the end of November. I used another Harvest Gathering in the Creamy Luxe. Absolutely love this scent. First of all, it sort of smells like Michael's Craft Store, or sort of like a dried berry potpourri. And I absolutely love the Creamy Luxe formulation. I hope we see this or the Deep Cleansing back again. My partner finished up this Random Aquamarine Shores. It's a really nice, fresh, beachy type scent. We finished yet another Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin at the end of November. Just love this scent throughout the fall. I don't know why this year was the year for Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin for me, but it was, and I really enjoyed it. I finished 2 'Tis the Season, 1 in the Gentle Foaming and 1 in the Deep Cleansing. Absolutely adore this scent. It smells exactly like the candle. A really nice, lovely spiced apple scent. Strong scent, stays on my hands for a while, and I just really enjoy it. I do prefer the Deep Cleansing over the foaming, so again, I hope this formulation comes back. We finished the Winter Citrus Wreath and Toasted Vanilla Chai. This was the Thanksgiving packaging that came out, which I thought was really cute. Toasted Vanilla Chai, it's just an okay scent for me. It's, I feel like, more vanilla than it is actual chai spices. It's nice, but not what I would clamor to repurchase. Winter Citrus Wreath, however, absolutely fantastic scent. I love this. I really wish they would come out with this scent in a candle form. This scent is just a phenomenal wintry tree berry kind of scent, and it's just all the great things about wintry Christmas scents that I absolutely love in one. So I just love this one, and it's strong in hand soap and stays on my skin for a long time. I also finished this Frosted Cranberry exfoliating hand soap. This is from several years ago, and I really do like the exfoliating hand soap. It has a really nice, fine, sort of salty, like a fine salt scrub, and I think it's just fantastic. Really enjoy it. This scent is also really good for like end of November. And then I also finished this Fresh Balsam and the Gentle Gel hand soap. I am definitely just not a fan of the Gentle Gel hand soap. I picked this scent up because it was only available in Gentle Gel, and I really wanted to try the Fresh Balsam because I believe this is the first time this scent has come out in hand soap form. It smells like the Fresh Balsam scent that we all know and love, so it was really cool to have it in hand soap form. I just wish it was in a different formulation. I feel like the Gentle Gel doesn't lather really well. When I pump it into my hand, like, it tends to want to slide off my hand into the sink, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not. And lastly, I finished the Spice Clove and Citrus. This scent is amazing. I have picked up several backups of this one. I would say of all the soaps of the new scents, this one's been my favorite. This one I had in the kitchen and I kept wanting to go back to the scent over and over and over. It's absolutely fantastic. The notes are crushed clove, fresh orange, and creamy sandalwood. And oddly, when I use this, it actually made me think of Fruit Loops. I know that probably sounds pretty odd, but it did. Once when I was actually lathering it, and then the scent that was left on my hands made me think of like orange Fruit Loops. So there's a very juicy, sweet, almost sugary aspect to this, and it's just really lovely and really nice. Moving on into Wallflowers, I've used 2 winter Wallflowers. Love the scent. Winter in a jar, crisp, cold scent, perfect for January. I used a lavender pine. Absolutely love this scent. Freshly picked lavender, cedar wood bark, and frosted pine. The balance of that lavender and the pine was a little bit more dominant when this was in the wall, but it was just fabulous. I loved it. Hope they bring this out in a candle. I used a 'Tis the Season and the Perfect Christmas. 'Tis the Season, Christmas in a jar, quintessential classic. The Perfect Christmas, absolutely love it. It is like the best of all the Christmassy type notes. Pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallow. Loved both of these. I used a vanilla balsam and white balsam and vanilla. Love vanilla balsam. To me, fresh balsam's a little bit too much. The vanilla, perfect addition to it. White balsam and vanilla is marshmallow fireside with balsam, and it's just also another great scent. I also finished a peppermint marshmallow and a peppermint sugar cookie. Really enjoyed both of these. I don't feel like their peppermint scents tend to last the entirety of the bulb. They sort of start going out about the halfway point of the bulb, and they're just not as strong as some of the other scents, but that's okay because I think it's nice to have a break from some of the other like strong, heavy Christmassy scents as I move into January. So I do still like and enjoyed these. I also finished the Frosted Forest bulb. This is frosted juniper, icy eucalyptus, and evergreen branches. Really enjoyed this one. That juniper and eucalyptus add this like invigoration to the tree notes, and I really liked it. And I'm definitely moving into spring with these 2. I put these in about a week ago. Cucumber Verbena. If y'all watched my videos last year, you know how much I absolutely love this scent. Definitely similar to Beach Sage and Mint, the Summer Terrace scent. Very similar to those. It's absolutely fantastic, strong, wonderful green spring scent. And Blueberry Pie, also just a fantastic scent, wonderful bakery scent, really strong in wallflower form, and I enjoy it a lot. Okie dokie, moving into the candles. The first one I have here is White Birch and Citrus. I absolutely love this scent. This was in my top 19 scents of 2019, I believe. The notes are lemon leaf, white peppercorn, warm sandalwood. Just such a sophisticated, warm, cozy scent. You definitely get vetiver. It is amazing. It's high end. I really, really hope they bring this scent back. It is just fantastic. The burn on this one was good. A little bit sooty, but otherwise no issues. Didn't have to cotton ball. Nice sort of medium high burn. Burned itself out. Strength and throw was about an 8.5. Fantastic, fantastic scent. I also finished a vanilla snowflake. Really like the packaging this year. The notes are frozen vanilla, ice fir needles, mint leaf, coconut flakes. This is a really, really nice, different variation of a vanilla scent. The coconut, don't be afraid of that. It's not super heavy in this. This is mostly a really nice sweetened vanilla, and I just really love this scent. It's become one that I enjoy every year. The burn on this one was fine, better than past years, which was actually quite surprising. This normally will start giving me problems about the third mark. This one burned itself out. The scent maintained throughout the entirety of the candle. I was really careful with this one not to let it burn too long, so I kept it really to about 2.5 hour burn time. Kept the wicks trimmed on this one. It was a little bit sooty. It was really pretty when it was burning though, and I enjoyed it. The next one I finished is the Mary Madeline cookie. This packaging is just so pretty. I love it. It has the cutouts, and so you have that luminary effect. The notes are baked Madeline cookies, spiced almond, sweet orange, and toasted coconut. This scent definitely reminded me of the very old school frosted tangerine cake scent. Definitely could be the same scent. It reminded me of the Pillsbury orange cinnamon rolls, like the icing itself. It had a lot of powdered sugar, a lot of that sort of sweet orange note, and the bakery was in there, but it wasn't the dominant note. The scent overall for me was just okay. I definitely got tired of it. It's not one that I would rush to get backups of, but it was okay for what it was. The burn was fine. It was sooty, kept the wicks trimmed. You can see all the soot on the side there. This was a hotter and faster burner. Definitely had to keep my wicks trimmed and let it only burn maybe like 2.5 hours. one and done for me, but it was nice to see a very similar scent from an old scent come back again. The next one I finished is Under the Christmas Tree. Again, fantastic packaging, the luminary effect. The notes are fir balsam, juniper berries, vanilla eggnog, don't know why that note is there, and sage leaves. There is vanilla, but it's certainly not eggnog in my opinion whatsoever. I really wanted to love this scent, but that sage definitely lended itself to be more of a cologne type sage, and when it was burning, it did sort of give me a little bit of a cologne type vibe, sort of a heavier type of effect than I personally enjoyed. So one and done for me, but I can see why people loved it. Look at that beautiful label on the inside. As far as the burn, it was fantastic. A little bit of soot, as you can see here, par for the course with the candles. This was a medium high burner. Kept the wicks trimmed. I think 3 hour, plus burn time on this one. It was okay. I tolerated it, but because of that really heavy sage, it wasn't my personal favorite. The next one I finished is Berry Spritzer. This was in my top 20 of 2020. I absolutely love this scent. Frozen juniper berry, fresh cranberry, cool peppermint, and black currant. I love when Bath & Body Works does something very conceptual, when there's a lot of different notes playing with each other and contrasting off each other, and that's what this scent did for me. You had the tartness from the cranberry, you had a little bit of like an invigoration from like a eucalyptus, the juniper, you had a little bit of that cooling mint, and I just found it to be a fantastic, wonderful scent. Sort of similar to the juniper berry and pine scent that was out several years ago, but in my opinion, not the same. This one was a little bit sooty, you can see there. I did keep the wicks trimmed. This one was sort of a different type of burn where I kept the wicks trimmed, but I was careful not to over trim the wick. But overall, pretty good burn. Strength and Throw for me was about a 7, 7.5. Enjoyed it. It was a top scent for a reason. I loved it. The next one I finished is Winter Clove. This was an online exclusive. Beautiful packaging, the luminary effect again. I hope they keep that up because I love that. Fresh ground cinnamon, sugared apples, and rich vanilla bean. This one definitely made me think of an apple version of pumpkin clove and sweet cinnamon pumpkin. And so you sort of took the spice aspects of pumpkin clove and sweet cinnamon pumpkin, and then you took away the pumpkin, you added apple. That's what you had here. It was enjoyable, but it was just one and done for me, one that I wouldn't necessarily clamor to repurchase. The burn itself was fine, not horrible on the soot. These are sort of thicker wicks, so I did keep the mushroom tops trimmed on this one, and the strength and throw on this one was about a 6.5. The next one I finished is Cinnamon Gingersnap with the same collection with the really pretty labels. The notes are gingerbread spice, homemade marshmallow, and vanilla bean. I love a good gingerbread scent. This one was fine. With a name like Cinnamon Gingersnap, I was expecting a lot more cinnamon, and it definitely had spice, but it definitely was more like a gingerbread marshmallow kind of scent. As far as the burn, there's actually quite a bit of the candle left here. This one was very sooty. This is dark red wax, so you can see all the soot on top. I did keep the wicks trimmed on this one, and I kept the burn time pretty low, but this one, just like the wax just absorbed the soot, and I think because it had so much marshmallow and like the vanilla, that soot really started to affect the scent, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to finish this one, and it was not one that I would repurchase. Sweet Cranberry Pie is next. This was another top 20 of 2020. Love it. Love the luminary effect. Tart cranberries, brown sugar, chopped walnuts, flaky pie crust. This one is absolutely fantastic. If you like blueberry pie, I think you would like this one. It's pretty much the same bakery notes as blueberry pie, but instead of the blueberry, it's a tart cranberry. It's that little bit of tartness from the different fruit note in here that is just fantastic. Similar again to blueberry pie, but different enough that I would call it its own scent. The burn on this one was great. No issues. Kept the wicks trimmed. About 4-hour burn time on this one. It was a nice, like that medium high burn, which was just fantastic. Strong. This one's about a 9 for me. Loved it. Again, there was a reason why it made top 20. The next one I have is Frosted Spearmint. Another really, really pretty label. It was just such a beautiful effect when this one was burning. The notes are frozen apple, snow-capped mint, creamy sandalwood, and ice musk. This was also in my top 20 of 2020. Really, really enjoyed this one. Some people said it smelled like toothpaste. I mean, I could see that, but for me, when it was burning, it was just very refreshing. I love mint, and I don't think that spearmint gets used enough. We get a lot of peppermint, so it was nice to have a different kind of mint. This is not heavy on the apple. The apple just adds a nice amount of sweetness. Overall, it's more of a minty, sort of cold smelling kind of candle, and I really enjoyed the scent. The burn itself was absolutely fine. You can see the wax looks fairly clean in there. It burned itself out. Did keep this one to about a 3-hour burn time. Kept the wicks trimmed, sort of a medium high burner. And again, the effect when this was burning was just beautiful. So really enjoyed this one as well. The next one I have is Gingerbread Marshmallow. Not a super fan of this particular packaging. It was just okay. The notes are gingerbread spice, eggnog, spiced rum, vanilla frosting, brown sugar crystals. Now, while this one's called Gingerbread Marshmallow, this one had a lot more cinnamon than Cinnamon Gingersnap. So I almost feel like they switched these up. Like, I feel like this one should have been called Cinnamon Gingersnap, and Cinnamon Gingersnap should have been called Gingerbread Marshmallow. I hope that made sense. Let me know if you burned both, what you think. I like this one better because it was heavier on the spice, but it didn't have enough ginger. You can't really have gingerbread without ginger, so I felt like it needed a lot more ginger, and so it was just, you know, it was nice to have something with a gingerbread name, but it was just okay. Sooty, as you can see, very discolored wax. This one actually I didn't quite finish either. It's got about this much wax left just because the scent itself started to change and it was just so sooty. I was tired of dealing with it. Definitely could only let this one burn about 2 hours. Had to keep the wicks trimmed really low, but it was still really hot and fast burner, so I decided to just call it done. The next one I finished is Peppermint Sugar Cookie. Everyone really fell in love with this one. Really pretty label. The notes are crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, and soft sugar cookies. I enjoyed it, but I didn't necessarily think it was super novel or new. They really do come out with this type of scent every year. We get sort of a peppermint, vanilla, sort of edible kind of scent. It was fantastic, but again, not novel in my opinion. Fast, hot burner. Keep your wicks trimmed on this one for sure. It was sooty, as you can see. The strength and throw on this one was about a 7.5, 8, which was pretty good because sometimes a lot of these kind of vanilla heavy scents aren't super strong, but this one performed really well for me, and I did pick up a couple backups of it. The next one I have is Frosted Forest. This was in my top 20 of 2020. I just loved this scent. Beautiful label. The notes are frosted juniper, icy eucalyptus, evergreen branches, and white spruce. I'm a fan of juniper. I love when you have the eucalyptus and juniper, that invigorating, refreshing notes mixed with pine and woodsy kind of notes. I just think it's a fantastic combination. It definitely made you think of being in a cold forest, and it was perfect for December and even into January. I just loved it. The burn on this one was fantastic. Wasn't as sooty as Peppermint Sugar Cookie. Medium high kind of burner. Kept my wicks trimmed, but I could let this one burn longer, about a 4. This one wasn't as strong. It was about a 7. Still perfectly adequate compared to like other candle companies, but you know, not as strong as some other Bath & Body Works candles, but I thought it was just great. And again, it ended up in my top 20, so I loved it. The next one I finished is Sweet Rosemary Vanilla. This is, I think, technically in the spring lineup. The notes are fresh rosemary, sweet vanilla, and whipped frosting. This one is just so, I don't even know what to think. When I saw this online, I was really excited. I was like, Sweet Rosemary Vanilla, this sounds fantastic. I love herbal notes, and I thought it was gonna be absolutely fantastic. And it is a good scent, but it definitely reminds me of Cinnamon Sugar Donut. You definitely get a lot of that. There is the herbal aspect to it, which I'm not sure goes with the scent though. Like, there is something that comes out when it's burning that's sort of herbal that sets it apart from the Cinnamon Sugar Donut, but I don't know that it works. So sometimes I would smell it and I'm like, oh, I like that. Sometimes I'll be like, this is a little bit odd. So I'm on the fence about this one. I like that they kind of branched out to try to do something different though, but I'm not sure that it was executed 100%. The burn on this one was fine. You can see that there's some wax at the bottom. It did start to want to struggle a little bit, so I sort of stopped trimming the wicks when it got down to this point. So just be careful not to over trim your wicks on this one. Started off as a medium burner and then kind of dialed down to like a medium slow burner, but still burned itself out. Strength and throw was about a 7.5, so no issues there. Just sort of on the fence about the scent personally. Of course, I had to finish a 'Tis the Season, a quintessential Christmas in a jar scent. Love it. Rich red apple, sweet cinnamon, and cedarwood. I've talked about this scent so many times. It's just fantastic. I did like the packaging here, and the lid was pretty. Great burn on this one, no issues. Burned itself out, kept the wicks trimmed. These were the sort of fatter wicks, so just trimmed off a little bit of mushroom top. Not too sooty, and strength and throw was an 8. fantastic. We'll always buy this every year. I finished or attempted to finish Tree Farm. This is this year's version. Absolutely fell in love with this scent last year. The notes are crisp pine needle, warm cedar, spiced apple. The apple adds a really fantastic sweetness to the tree notes. This was a top 19 scent of 2019 for me. Love the scent, and I do like the packaging here with the matching lid. As you can see, there was a major wick issue here. The wick decided it was going to travel and go on vacation, I guess, and hang out with its other wick siblings. I felt at that point it was not safe to burn anymore. There's about this much of the candle left. I've thought about taking this back. I mean, this is a defect, so I probably should. And when it was burning, it was a little bit sooty. You can see I tried to keep the wicks trimmed on this one. So yeah, unfortunately couldn't finish it. What I did burn, the scent was great, but unfortunately the wicks traveled. So if you do have this one, just be careful and watch out for that. I also finished the crushed candy cane in that packaging. Really like the matching lid. The notes are crunchy peppermint, white sugar crystals, frosted mint leaf. This is a candy cane in a jar. It smells like you took an actual bunch of candy canes, you crushed them up, and you put them in this jar. It is super authentic. If you like a sweetened peppermint scent, this is definitely for you. I really enjoyed this scent this year, even more so than I have in previous years. This one was sooty, not the worst I've seen, but it was quite sooty. I had to keep the wicks trimmed. This was a hot and fast burner. Only burned it for about 2.5 to 3 hours at a time. Strong though. This was like an 8.5 strength and throw, so I did really enjoy the scent. I wish it wasn't quite as sooty as it was, but it was still really enjoyable. The next one I finished is the Butterrum Eggnog. This was an online exclusive as well. The notes are spiced eggnog, vanilla bourbon, rich buttercream, and shaved nutmeg. This is a fantastic eggnog scent. Bath Body Works definitely got it spot on. You get the nutmeg, you get the creaminess, you just get everything that you would expect in a great eggnog scent, and it's really fantastic. The burn on this one was sooty. I feel like that's been the word of the day, sooty. A lot of these were a lot of hot and faster kind of burners. This particular season, the strength and throw of this one was fantastic. It was about a 7.5, but it was sooty. Again, keep your eye on it. Keep your wicks trimmed on this one, and I really only try to let it burn about 2.5 to 3 hours at a time. I finished this Merry Mistletoe. This is a fabulous scent, and it did not come back this year, so I had to dig into my stash and pull out one that I had picked up backups of in previous years. To me, this is a classic scent. Like, I need to burn this every year. They didn't come out with it this year, so I found, I had one in my collection, thankfully. This is actually from 2018. The notes are frozen cranberries, sparkling pear, and icy peppermint, and balsam branches, and this is just such a fantastic scent. Again, it's another one that you have these sort of contrasting notes. You have the sweetness from the fruit, you have the little bit of a mentholation, the iciness from the peppermint, you have the balsam. It's wonderful. I love it. And the burn on this one was absolutely fantastic. No issues. Strength and throw was about an 8.5. Kept the wicks slightly trimmed on this one. These are a little bit thinner wicks, so just careful, and love it. Really hope we see this one back in a new label in 2021. I actually finished 2 Winter White Woods. This packaging is from last year, and the notes are the same on both. It's glistening icicles, dried cedar wood bark, and spiced sandalwood. This one burned fantastic. A little bit of soot, as you can see there. Kept the wicks trimmed, 3 hours. The scent is just absolutely fantastic and cozy and warm. Definitely you get this sort of, there's a simmering fire. It's not like super smoky or anything, but there definitely is this sort of warmth, and just you get a little bit of cold air, and you get woods, and it's just a fantastic scent. This is from this year's version, and it was an online exclusive. I really wish this whole collection had come out in stores, because I think it's just a fantastic looking collection. They changed the notes. This one says cedarwood, cashmere musk, and vanilla bean. Okay, fine, but it is in fact the same scent. The burn on this one was great. That sort of messiness at the bottom is where I picked it up before it had solidified, but this one was fantastic as well. Strength and throw, 8. I did feel like this version was slightly less sort of smoky. This one just felt complete. This one felt like it was missing something, like maybe they left out one oil. I'm not sure, but it felt like this one was a little bit more robust and warm, and this one sort of didn't have something. So even though they're the same scent, I'm not sure. Maybe the oils changed, something happened, but yeah, I did prefer the 2019 version to this one as far as scent. Performance-wise, they were both great. The next one I finished is the Clarity Peppermint Rosemary. Love this scent. It's peppermint and rosemary. It came out originally in this really pretty green White Barn Core collection. They were the same scent. Really hope this one comes back I don't care if it comes back as aromatherapy or just its own scent. It's fantastic. That cooling peppermint with the herbal rosemary, just perfect contrasting notes, but just such a fantastic scent. The burn on this one was Sootyville, but it burned itself out. It was strong. This was about an 8.5, 9. Hot and fast burner, so definitely kept my eye on it, but definitely hope this one comes back because the scent is fantastic. I finished this Perfect Christmas. This is this year's packaging, which was super, super cute. Some of them actually had the buckle lid, which was really, really cute. The notes are fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, toasted marshmallow. Just like really like I said earlier about the Wallflower. The best of everything Christmassy or wintry in one candle. A phenomenal scent. Absolutely loved it. Where's the third wick, you may ask? It got buried down in there. It broke off actually, and so I did continue to burn it with just 2 wicks, and those 2 wicks did burn themselves out eventually, but the third wick did break off, so a little bit of a production issue there. It seems like didn't affect the strength and throw actually. The entirety of the way it was about an 8 strength and throw, other than the wick breaking off. The burn was fine. It was sooty. You can see how much wick is there after this last burn. Definitely had to keep my wicks trimmed. It was a hot and fast burner, so kept my eye on this one. Another phenomenal scent. I hope we continue to see this one back year after year. The next one I finished is Vanilla Balsam. This was the collection from last year. The notes are balsam fir, frosted vanilla, snow-capped pine needles. You can see they tried to increase the price on these ombre jars, which I just thought were really, really pretty. I kept a couple of these to use, like especially if I turn it around, it was really nice, like display type candle. Love this scent. Fresh balsam is a little bit much for me, but this add the vanilla, it's just perfection. So I'm hoping that we continue to see this back every year. The burn on this one was fine. Sooty, medium fast burn. That sloshing there is my fault because again I picked it up before it was solidified. Burned itself out. Strength and throw was an 8. I don't know if I already said that, but just again another scent that I'll continue to repurchase. I also finished the Balsam and Firewood. This is from this year. You can see there's a bit left here. The notes are cedarwood, cardamom, and white birch. This scent is nice. I'm not normally a fan of the fireside scent because it's too heavy. I like marshmallow fireside. I like a cozy sort of smoldering embers vibe, but sometimes when they're too smoky, it's too much for me. And then you have the balsam, which did add sort of a sappy sweetness to it, and overall, I did like this scent, but it was one that I would only want to burn in sort of small bits. Also, unfortunately, you can see the color of the wax started out this pale green, and you can see how discolored this last bit is because it was quite sooty, and again, the wax absorbed that soot smell, unfortunately. So it got to the point where the candle, when it was at this point, I tried to burn it, I let it pull out, but it just did not smell like the original scent, so I decided to call it done. Other than that part, the burn before that was fine. The strength and throw was about a 7.5. It was an okay scent for me personally. Probably not one that I would pick up next year. The next one I finished is Frosted Moscow Mule. This was in my top 2020. I love this sort of emerald green jar color, really pretty. The notes are sweet lime, lemon zest, and sugar cane. Also, the label is like velvet and sort of has this sort of fuzzy feel, which is kind of cool. Great scent. Strong, effervescent, lemon lime kind of scent. I don't necessarily get anything alcoholic, but really strong. Borders on slightly a clean vibe, but it's definitely more lime than lemon. The burn on this one was fine. Fantastic, actually. Not horrible sooting. Medium fast burner. Kept the wicks trimmed. Let it burn about 3-4 hours at a time. This one had a strength and throw almost about a 9. It was quite strong. Slightly overpowering at times, but definitely had to keep this one in my bigger room. It would have been way too strong in a smaller room, but just a great scent. Another one that made top 20 for me. I also finished the Blue Winter Sky. I thought this packaging was really pretty. I believe this also was an online exclusive. I was glad to see this scent back again this year. The notes are peppermint, eucalyptus, oak, and cedar wood. This basically is their eucalyptus spearmint scent, but with peppermint instead. And I really, really like it a lot. I think that really cooling mentholated peppermint contrasts really nicely with the bright, invigorating eucalyptus, and it's just a really great transitional scent in my opinion from winter into spring. The burn on this one was fantastic. One of those really perfect burns. It had small mushroom tops that I trimmed off. I let this one burn about 4 hours at a time. Strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8. Really, really great scent. Loved it the first year it came out. Glad it's back again. Again, if you like the eucalyptus spearmint kind of scents, you'd probably really like this one. The next one I finished is Snowflakes and Citrus. Beautiful labeling. I love this entire collection as far as the labels go. The notes are juicy citrus, fresh spring water, and sweet mango. And this, of course, is Midnight Blue Citrus or Midnight Boo Citrus. I think most people who have a good knowledge of Bath & Body Works knows that this is a repackage of Midnight Blue Citrus, and I tend to always buy it in winter as Snowflakes and Citrus. I don't tend to buy it any other time of year except for Halloween when they came out at Midnight Boo Citrus. This is a fantastic scent. For me, it's just become a really good winter to spring transitional scent. It's sweet and fresh with the citrus and the mint, and it's really a great scent. This one was a good burner, a little bit sooty, burned itself out. Strength and throw was about an 8.5, nice and strong. This was a hotter, faster burner. Definitely keep your eye on it. Keep the wicks trimmed. Same thing I've been saying over and over this particular Empties video. If you didn't pick it up in this version, it will definitely come back out as Midnight Blue Citrus spring and summer. The next one I finished or almost finished is Cookies and Cream Milkshake. This was a Candle Day exclusive. The notes are chocolate, cookie crumbles, vanilla bean ice cream, chocolate drizzle. This scent, I'm not a huge fan of chocolate. So first of all, like for me, I'm just not gonna love this scent as other people might love it who like chocolate scents. It's very yummy, very delicious. Definitely makes me think of some of their other sort of chocolate vanilla scents. I think about s'mores when I smell this one. I think about the Italy chocolate and cannoli when I smell this one. There was another one that I thought of at the time, which now has escaped my mind. I'm not saying they're repackages of all. I did not take the time to sniff them all side by side, but they are similar to those. So if you like those previous candles, I think you'd like this one. The burn on this one was fine until about here, about the halfway point. You can see some residue. It did really slow down. It started getting puny wicks. I did cotton ball at one time, but then at this point, the scent itself just started to change a little bit. That soot had unfortunately gotten into the wax, so it just didn't smell as good. And I was honestly really just over the scent because I really just wasn't in the mood for like chocolate at that point. So if you like those other scents as I talked about, then I think you'd like this one. I don't know that I'd pay a whole bunch of money on Macari though if you weren't able to get this at Candle Day. If someone's selling it for a reasonable price, you know, pick it up. I think you'd enjoy it if you like those other kind of chocolate scents. The next one I finished is Sweet Mint Julep. Then this one and the next one I have here are like spring scents, but I decided to go ahead and put them in this video. I am definitely moving into spring scents at this point. This scent is phenomenal. If you like fresh mint type scents, you need to go pick this one up. It is absolutely wonderful. I'm definitely going to be picking up backups of this one the next candle sale. Oh, I just love it. The notes are crushed rosemary, mint, splash of bourbon, sweet vanilla, simple syrup, or simple syrup. Do you say syrup or syrup? I feel like syrup sounds very southern. Anyway, if you like rosemary mint, you're gonna like this one because that really is mostly what this candle is. But there is an additional like syrupy sweetness in this that's not in like rosemary mint that you would buy in vendor wax or, you know, any kind of wax melts. There's also a lot of fresh mint. Think of mint you've grown in your garden that you have muddled and you add a little bit of sugar to, and you are making a sweet mint julep. It's just fantastic. And to me, it's a perfect start to spring scent. I just love it so much. I cannot say enough good things. I can already tell you, unless this year is just super phenomenal for candles, this is likely going to end up in my top scents for 2021. The burn of this one was good. Sooty, as you can see. This one was a hotter and a faster burner. Definitely had to keep my eye on this one. I really kept this one to about 2.5 hour burn time. Kept the wicks trimmed on this one for sure. It pulls out really quickly. It gets pretty hot, and you can see it's a bit sooty. And the strength and throw is about an 8.5 on this one for me, and I just loved it. I can't say enough good things. Highly recommend it if you like these kind of scents in general. And lastly, but certainly not least, I finished Blueberry Lavender Spritzer. I didn't mention with the Sweet Mint Julep, but I think the packaging of these are actually quite pretty. The notes are juicy blueberries, lavender petals, lemon juice, and a splash of club soda. This is, in fact, in my opinion, a repackage of the Blueberry Lavender Lemonade that came out in the online Lavender Test Collection last year. That scent did end up in my top scents of 2020. I think this is the same scent. Absolutely 100% convinced that these are in fact the same. This scent is absolutely wonderful. You get a really fantastic herbal lavender. The blueberry in this, to me, comes across more as like a dried blueberry. It's not super like artificial or sugary as some blueberry scents can be. It's definitely more of a dried blueberry. There's a little bit of a lemon in here. Is there an effervescence? when this is burning, it does come across very herbal and dry, which I am perfectly okay with. I really, really love it. I love lavender and blueberry together. I think it's a fantastic combination, and this just works. It's such a really fantastic spring scent. The burn on this one was good, a little bit sooty as you can see. You can see how long that wick is, and this has actually had burned itself out. So definitely keep your wicks trimmed here. These are a little bit thinner wicks, so be careful when you are trimming them not to trim them too low. Although I did trim a couple too low during the course of the burn, and it didn't affect it at all because this was just such a hot and fast kind of burner. So overall, fantastic. Kept this one burning about 3 hours at a time. Super strong as well. This was about an 8, 8.5 for sure. Loved it. Loved it in its first variation. Love it in this variation. I'm really glad that we got this in a collection. Really happy about that. So fantastic. If you didn't get to try it when it came out in the test collection, here's your opportunity. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. That is my pretty large, can we call it huge, massive, insert whatever adjective here, Bath & Body Works Winter Empties video. A ton of fantastic candles, a lot of hot and fast burners, great strength and throws, a lot of fantastic scents. It's been a fantastic winter season for me. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite candles were for winter, what you have been burning. Did you love any of the candles that I burned? Was there anything that you burned that you love that I didn't mention here? Let me know in the comments below. I always love to hear from you. I know I haven't been the best about responding to every single comment lately, but I assure you I do read them. I like them. I heart them. I've been really busy at work. There's been a lot of things going on in my job, working, you know, 60+ hours a week sometimes. So I apologize that I haven't been as responsive, but I do read them and I do love to hear from you. So please keep the comments coming. I really appreciate it. If you watch this video in its entirety, then leave me a winter or spring emoji below. I always love to see who watched the videos, and it's just fun to see what emojis y'all come up with. If you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. I do have another winter candles empties video coming up that is mostly homeworks. Of course, we'll have my massive Bath & Body Works spring candle haul coming up soon. So if you have not yet subscribed and you're interested in those types of videos, please do. Thank you as always for all of your support. I know I'm not one to post regular videos. I do my best, and I do appreciate those who stick around, who continue to watch my videos. Really appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.